Alright there, YouTubers, slobbers, good morning. So woke up this morning, went to go check on my town, saw that my stone GOHO beast ass attack was ready. So I went ahead and did an attack. So let me show you what I got here on my replays. Stone GOHO is really all that I'm using right now. As you can see, it's super productive. I'm just about 3-starring every Town Hall 9 that I come across. Money's pretty good, but yeah, it's expensive. But if you're trying to keep your dark elixir low, this is one way to do it. So let me show you this attack. It was really interesting because I came across a base. It was kind of a weak defense base, but they had what seemed to be a lot of double giant bombs in one specific location. So let me go ahead and pause it here so I can show you what I'm looking at. So I identified that there was more than likely either going to be double giant bombs here or here because this base was so tight. This was another possible location. But other than that, the base was really tight. So when you guys are coming across these bases, especially for like war, and you see that there's not a lot of dead space where they can hide double giant bombs. See, this would have been a dead space when I was looking at it for the game. But if you can count, that's only 2 by 6, so that's not big enough for double giant bombs. This space also was 2 by 6. This space was 4 by 4, so possible double giant bomb location. But I was pretty sure that the double giant bombs were going to be here or here. Normally, when players design their bases closer to the center, they're going to put their Teslas, where closer to the exteriors, they're going to put their double giant bombs. Sometimes in war, they switch it up. That's where, like watching replays and stuff, you can really get a good feeling for where those double giant bombs are, especially if it's a base where it's kind of like mirrored and the attacker comes in from one side and you see that there's a double giant bomb there and there. More than likely there's going to be one on the same side opposite if there's an opening. So as I took a look at this base, I saw that the queen was pretty far in. Not a problem for this golem and heroes, especially if your heroes are kind of high. So this was also a revenge attack, so I knew that they didn't have anything in the clan castle, so I didn't bother checking. I was able to look them up, make sure that they didn't have anything in their clan castle. So I knew that there was nothing in there. So I released my golems, kind of spread apart. You can see here I've spread it amongst, 3, 6, 9, 12, about 15 spaces. That's really going to make my golems penetrate far in and then just attract any kind of defenses from this area. And then even these expos, you'll see they're going to target my golems and allow my wizards to kind of get in there nice and deep. And then heroes will take out that queen. So step 1, Stone GOHO, is always to check that clan castle. Step 2 is dispatch the clan castle troops and the queen. If you can do it in one solid movement, your Stone GOHO will go a lot better. So the way that I wanted to negotiate where these possible double giant bombs were was I knew that there was no double giant bombs on this side. So the majority of my hog raid is going to be right here. But I only did 2 lines. The third line is after they took out these defenses right here, I put in 1 line right here, and I only put in about 10 hogs. So the idea was that these hogs were going to come down, they were going to take out this guy, come down to this guy, and then have no option but to go down this way, and then around these double giant bombs. Where this group was going to come in here, take out this, then go across the double giant bombs, and then come this way. So let me show you how it worked. So golems go in, wizards go in, and see how the wizards are a little bit tighter than the golems? That's going to keep the wizards wanting to go straight. Super important at this step right here, because you're going to want to wait to release your heroes until these distractions are taken care of. Because what I don't want is I don't want my golems to go in, my wizards to go in, but then one hero to go this way and one hero to go this way. So, as you can see here, what I did, waited a couple seconds, and then wanted these distractions to be cleared. You don't want to wait so long, though, that it kind of makes like a crater, because then it's always like, where is my heroes going to go, and you're not really going to know. So, it's kind of like a balance that you got to practice, and you got to figure out when to send in your heroes to get them to go into the base as around to outside the base. So golems go in, king and queen go in. I realized that I made a pretty big mistake on this attack. I went in without my third golem. I thought I would have had something overnight in my clan castle, but it seems that I didn't. But didn't really make a difference. I still was able to destroy this base. So the queen gets taken out. So now I can start my hogs. So like I said, I sent in, a good chunk of my hogs up top, and then a little bit of them there on the side. So this is a really important part of the raid, because as you can see here, the hogs, I have two groups. I have one right down here and one right down here. So just pay real close attention to where I drop my heal spells and what ends up happening. See, so I got all of my hogs with one heal spell, and I got really lucky because that one hog split off and tripped 3 or 2 of the giant bombs. So pay attention to those heal spells and where I drop them. Normally I drop them around the wizards, and I want to really maximize how many hogs I can heal with one spell. That expo is still targeted on the little golem babies, whatever they're called. So right now I know that obviously this base is over with, and I 3-start them. Let's go ahead and speed it up. No reason to watch the slow replay there. Got it all. So the queen did a lot of damage. Obviously, I mean, by going around the base that way, there was no defenses, and she didn't even take any damage. I didn't even need my my third heal spell. So 3-starred on a revenge attack. That's a good day in my book. Let me show you one more of these stone GOHOs here. I'll show you another 3-star that I got. Yeah, so very new base. So the guy had an opening up here. So always check those openings. So I went ahead and just dropped, one troop in each of those. Check those openings. I think this was also a revenge. I'm not sure. It was many attacks ago. So step 1, on this one, check your openings, check your clan castle troops. I also got lucky, and I found some skeletons when I checked that that double giant bomb possible location. So step 2 is going to be the clan castle and dispatching the queen. So let's go ahead and get that queen now. So golem, again, it's about the same 15 space opening. This time I did have my 3 golems, so that really helped out. Alright, drop my my jump spell because I want the troops to really penetrate deep into that base. It's really important when you guys are doing this attack too, as these double giant bombs are going off, go ahead and count in your mind how many of them are going off, and how many do they have for that base. I know Town Hall 9 has 4, so that really helps out quite a bit too. And there you go. Let's go ahead and send in our hogs. Pay attention to the heal spells, guys. Where am I dropping them to get the most amount of heal and really heal as many of them as possible. See, so as I'm going up to this last couple wizards here, I have full health hogs. So on this attack, they actually did end up getting a good chunk of my my hogs here, if not all of them, I believe. But I mean, my troops were, my king and queen were full health, and there was really nothing that they can do to stop me. Speed it up. And raid complete. 3-star. I'll show you one of the attacks here where I didn't get the 3-star. Still got a ton of the loot, but you can also see here where my attack kind of failed and what caused it to fail. Go here to let's go to one that I kind of failed. I know one of these I made a pretty big error. I went to go drop the hogs, and I was on, I think it was this one. I went to go drop the hogs, and step 1, check clan castle. Step 2, take out the queen. So I was just checking those dead spaces for double giant bombs. See, I found one up there. So this is actually a really popular base. I bet you up here in gold, even as you get to crystal, if you can negotiate this base with stone GOHO, which I have many a time, and 3-star it, you can make a lot of money, because a lot of people don't design their own bases. They find one online and then they just copy it. So this base is a pretty tough base if you're trying to go wee or go white, because it's so tight and there's a lot of cells. But for stone GOHO, you can easily 3-star it. I have in, I believe, some of my other videos. So practice against this base, and you can definitely get a lot of money. So you're going to see here in a minute where I messed up on this attack. So send in my my golem. You see here, I'm going to send in my jump soon. Yep, there's my jump. Send in my heroes. Heroes go after that bitch. King takes out the queen. And then here's where I think I made my mistake. I dropped, count them, 3 heal spells by accident. So when I went to go do my my 3-finger punch to their face, it was on heal by accident, and I wasted my heal spells. So you can guess where this attack goes. Fortunately, I think I still got a good chunk of dark elixir from the guy. But without any heal spells, obviously my hogs were doomed for failure. So I probably should have just exited, but I think I decided to go ahead and just go with the attack anyway. So luckily, there's no defenses up there, so the queen still did a lot of work, a lot of damage. Took out a bunch of the collectors, a bunch of the loot. But this would have been a 3-star attack if I wouldn't have made that fatal 3 heal spell error. My fault. So, is what it is. Shit happens. Still kind of funny if you ask me, though. I did share it with the clan and showed them my fuck up. So obviously you don't want to do that in war. Just pay attention to where your fingers are. But still got a good chunk of the cash. Can't complain too much. Didn't get 3-star. Would have. But is what it is. So hopefully you enjoyed those replays. This is a base I designed right here. It works really good. It it works good against, you know, those giant attackers. A lot of times they'll drop some earthquake here on these walls, get to the town hall, but then their attack dies out because these Teslas here in the middle kind of just zap anything that does get by. So if you like it, go ahead and take a string shot. Let me zoom out there. I'll even show you the bottom. It's a big base, so I've defended with against golems, GOHO, dragons, whole 9 yards. A lot of guys try the golems with the healer. It doesn't really work too well because you can see here at each air rocket I have my Seeking Air Mine, which takes out the healer. They'll still get about half my loot. So there is one thing that you can do to guard against those type of attackers. And as you can see here, I have 3 million. So let me add to the frustration of no loot by upgrading my walls. So I've been dumping all of my loot into walls. I don't want to leave anything for attackers to raid. I am upgrading this account to Town Hall 10. I'm tired of losing half my loot to raiders. There's really no good bases that I can find at Town Hall 9 that defend Dark Elixir and loot. So I know that I have a really solid Town Hall 10 here for DCSea. So as soon as I get this account, I'm going to go ahead and get my Infernos, get my 3rd Expo, extra traps, you know, whole 9 yards, and go to Town Hall 10. I didn't really want to until these walls were 100%, but the game mechanics right now, having over 3 million loot, either one is kind of suicide, so you're going to get attacked. So try that attack, practice Stone GOHO. It's a really, really strong war attack. It's 3-star attack as long as you don't drop 3 heal spells in the wrong spot. Definitely gonna, you know, 3-star Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 9. Practice it. This is DCSea here of Slob on my gob. Let me show you my clan. We are getting ready to start a war here. And then we've been warring here recently. We've been warring once to twice a week, depending how active the people are. I'm sure after the holidays here, people are going to get more active and could possibly get up to 2 wars a week. But DCSea, Slob on my gob. Check us out. Bye.